political division to get our COVID count so low. Oh, to know. I'm dreaming of a masked Christmas. Don't wanna see no chin diapers in here.
Seriously, on the mouth and the nose.
Or get out. Come on. It's not that hard.
Hello everyone, my name is Swamp. It is time for a holiday COVID update. Like for example, Omicron is far more dangerous to you this holiday season than the Grinch. Or at least that's what the government wants you to believe. But unlike the story of the Grinch, there is no redemption arc for tyrannical governments. So, without further ado, brace yourself for the tidal wave of Omicron.
There is a tidal wave of Omicron coming.
If you are anti-mandate, you are absolutely anti-vax. I don't care what your personal vaccination status is. If you support, champion, give a green light, give comfort to, support anybody who argues against the vaccine, you are an anti-vaxxer. Absolutely. Your personal vaccination status is utterly irrelevant. And if you are out there in any way, shape or form campaigning against this mandate, you are absolutely anti-vax. If you say pro-persuasion, stuff it, shove it. And anyone out there who comes for the mandate, you are anti-vax.
From Monday, the Italian government is bringing in stricter pandemic measures for those who remain unvaccinated. The Super Green Pass means Italians can no longer show a negative COVID-19 test to access bars, restaurants and public events, but instead require people to be double vaccinated. The new restrictions are dividing opinions in Italy.
Being vaccinated, there is no problem for me. On the contrary, it is better, so we can try and get rid of the pandemic, and so we can stop letting people die.
It is a good idea, but it's hard to check on the people.
The Super Green Pass is contradictory and restrictive. It is restrictive because it does not allow people with a negative test result to go to restaurants and bars. And it is contradictory because they can go shopping.
The wearing of face masks in several of the most popular shopping streets in the country's largest cities also became mandatory on Saturday. Italy reported 40 new COVID-19 deaths on Sunday, down on the previous day's 75.
I appreciate greatly the work done by all the premiers and chief ministers in seeing those national vaccination rates get to where they are. We've got one more state to get through that gate. As it's a bit like getting the sheep through the gate into the run.
Welcoming tougher penalties for unvaccinated customers who target hospitality staff.
Anyone that is spitting, coughing or sneezing or threatens to do so, they can be issued with an infringement notice.
Finally, there is consequences and we got a little bit more protection for our staff.
From December 17, when the vaccine mandate takes effect, fines will range from $1,300 to more than $13,000 or 6 months behind bars.
Police will be patrolling and conducting compliance checks.
To everybody that's lying on the beach, please remember, you are in breach of the public health order if you are not wearing your mask. Please put your mask on, otherwise fines will apply. Also remember, social distancing is vital. We're not out of this mess yet, and if you are outside of the 5-kilometre LGA, again you are in breach of the public health order. Thank you for complying, and thank you for helping us to keep the LGA safe.
There are two ways to see it. One is a political way and the other is a public health policy way. The political way, unfortunately, has been politicized. We all know it. So it's a political statement. You wear a mask, likely you're a Democrat, you don't, likely you're a Republican, right? So, ridiculous. But that's not about political affiliation. It's about health and best scientific practices. I think that it's a little bit controversial, the mandate, because some people, they feel they react even stronger to the mandate, but also on the other hand, it works. As I said, this country has a different culture. It's more free spirits. Not that the Greeks are not, but right, yeah. But they have the same problem.
Well, let's ask the room. So, vaccine mandates, yay or nay? Who's for them here? Nays? We got a couple. Maybe we'll hear from you guys in the questions. But in any event, it's a pretty clear consensus here on
yeah, it is. Because they work. I've seen it.
That's a lesson that right now is very needed. Adults now are not rebelling against things that are wrong. People are being pushed around, denied normal interaction, and they're just following it like sheep. There's something very wrong. Part of what's wrong is the idea of just following authority without considering what if they're wrong.
Many have never said that protested before, but have said to me over and over again that these laws were a tipping point for them and that they couldn't stay silent any longer. Now, I know that to be true because I was there. I was there because I wanted to see and hear from these Victorians firsthand, to be able to tell you tonight of what I saw and what these Victorians told me. Like you, I've watched these protests for many months now, and like you, I've watched how they've been reported by many in the media. Cranks, rent-a-crowd activists, anti-vaxxers, you've heard it too, I'm sure. But as I walked into Spring Street on Saturday, it wasn't what I saw. I saw a lot of people like you and me, walking peacefully with their placards, their Australian flags, parents with prams, elderly Victorians, not the usual activist crowd. And if you look at the numbers, that in itself tells you this was a huge groundswell of citizens who said, enough is enough. And if not me, then who'll stand up against this pandemic build tyranny?